All right, so the Int Ssj3 Gotenks is finally in the game. It dropped a lot faster than everybody thought, honestly. But, you know, it's the stepping stones of the global sync, as I always like to say when anything happens in terms of like stuff just catching up a little bit. We'll go ahead and look at the passive of the unit, but if you just like to purely look at the showcase, I'll put a little bracket at the bottom where you could just go ahead and skip forward to the showcase of the unit. But let's just go ahead and look at the unit. So he goes from raising defense for 3 turns to every single transformation will then have it where he raises defense for 4 turns, while also having the stun chance too. But obviously with these red zones and you know, boss rushes and all that stuff, it doesn't really matter to have stunning anymore. Not as much as like when it used to be for when the unit actually came out, because then if you stunned, it would matter a lot, obviously in SBR. Obviously doesn't matter anymore. But he has 2 key and 200% attack and defense. Then he also gets an additional 50% attack when performing a super attack. He then gets an additional 50% chance of launching an additional super attack. He also has the 50% dodge chance, which is really, really good. He gains an additional dodge chance within the turn once he does dodge. One thing to remember is that this has been tested numerous amount of times, and the extra chance that you get when dodging only procs once. It's not like how we've seen with other characters like I think Int Ssj3 is the one off the top of my head, where it like stacks multiplicatively. Or well, not multiplicatively, it just stacks regularly, right? And because of that, it is going to be a little bit worse, but at the same time, it's not that big of a deal, and I'll show you later why. And then he also gets the gets an additional 50% defense when performing a super attack for 1 turn from the character's entry turn. And then you can see that that doesn't really matter. It's literally such a weird way of putting the passive, in my opinion, because he's just transforming on the next turn that he's up anyways. So it's kind of weird that they separated the 50% attack and defense from super, but you know, it is what it is, right? It's again, it's a nothing burger, right? So then he gets 2 key, 250% attack and defense, 50% attack, and a high chance of 50% additional attack. And then he has a medium chance of performing a critical hit when performing a super attack. So we already saw that with the transformation beforehand, or before the EZA, that he was going to have like that, the chances of higher stats for some of this stuff. But I believe they took away the defense and they just gave it where it's just like all, you know, you just get all of it, right? Before it was just like you got the great high chance of like 50% attack or high chance of 50% defense, and now they just made it like that. But the medium crit chance is really good because it means that you have to, well, it's easier to know what to build the unit. I unfortunately already was going ahead and building 6 crit on this guy, so I'm not spending the stones to fix him, I don't think. I say I don't think, but who knows. Then he has the great chance of launching an additional super attack, which is fine. I'm fine with the great chances of launching additional super attack. Obviously, it'd be better if it was just an attack in general, so that way we can see the hidden potential additional super attack proc more often, but it's okay. It's 70%. Then he has the 50% chance of dodging like we saw before, but then he goes from 50 to 70 after he dodges once for that turn. He has a high chance of getting the 30% HP at the start of the turn from the 4th turn from the character's entry turn. That is mostly just so that way it's easier for you to get the transformation off. So yeah, basically when you turn Super Saiyan, you want to throw this Gotenks off. It'll be his 4th turn, and then you can go ahead and transform if you obviously do have above the HP. Then he gets the 3 key and 300% attack and defense, which is very, very good. 100% attack and chance of performing a critical hit by 50% when performing a super attack. Launches an additional attack, just guaranteed. And then he has a great chance of evading the enemy's attack, plus an additional 20% chance within the same turn after evading an attack. So again, like I was talking about, this is the reason why it doesn't really matter that it's not adding on top of each other. So it'll go from 70 to 90% chance of dodging, which is really, really good. Then he also performs a critical hit for 1 turn guaranteed from the character's entry turn. Before, it was a lot worse, because we can go ahead and see, because you just didn't want to transform because you would lose so much stuff. 3 key and the additional super attack was locked behind those 4 turns. Now that it's post EZA, you know, it's just permanent basically. The only thing that doesn't stay is obviously the crit for the 1 turn, which is completely fine when he already has a high chance of crit anyways. And then like I was talking about earlier with the attack also getting it for 4 turns rather than just the defense for 4 turns, which is really, really good. Again, great chance of stunning doesn't really matter too much because yeah, it's not that big of a deal anymore. We can go ahead and see that he is link 10 on each of his transformations. I made sure to do that beforehand. Let's just go ahead and hop right in though. So let me go ahead and mark down something real quick so that way I can remember for later. All right, we're good. Let's go ahead and hop right in. Okay, so he's in the 3rd turn. Well, it's not gonna really matter, I don't think, but that is kind of funny. Oh, like, man. Oh yeah, we can also see the updates of the units as well. So we can, there's new icons for both crit and damage reduction, I believe that's what that is. It's very weird that they didn't do guard, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. It's funny, I'm probably just gonna leave these okay, I don't want to crit because I do want to take this fight a little bit slower than usual. Which is why I decided to run the Tech Vegeta team in this specific fight. Yeah, because we would be doing no damage with the main units we would be keeping around. But there's 2 things that I just want to say while we do wait for this Gotenks to come up. The one bad thing I would say is the fact that you really have to make like certain teams if you do want to be linking up this Gotenks a lot, because he's just going to be swapping through like half his link set throughout the entire fight. We just saw it when I was kind of like looking at it with the Int when he does turn Super Saiyan and turn Super Saiyan 3. But I can go ahead and read off like the people who he links up with the best as Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Very weird. The person he links up with best is himself as Super Saiyan 3, but obviously he can't link up with himself. No, I'm gonna keep God Goku around, and the reason why, yeah, I'm gonna keep God Goku around. The main reason is because God Goku does share 3 out of 7 links with him, so I do want to get that in. Hopefully we don't kill. Okay, so the people he links up the most is the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, which we did see is getting a Super Easy and is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks as well, who he also shares 6 out of 7 links with, but no Easy A just yet. Then he shares 5 links with the Int Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who should be Easy Aing very soon, the one that is Super Saiyan 2 at the start and then transforms into Super Saiyan 3. AGL AGL Piccolo and Gotenks, who I do not recommend running. Then he shares 4 links with Super Saiyan Blue Vegetos, Ssj3 STR Dragon Fist. He shares 4 links with both the physical Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. He shares 4 to 7 links. That's kind of... I didn't expect that. He shares 4 out of 7 links with both the STR Gogeta and Tech Vegito Blue. And also Tech Majin Vegeta. I guess we can talk about that one too. Physical Super Saiyan 2 to 3 Goku. He also links up with 4 to 7. Like, it's just, it's a lot of, he has a decent amount of linking partners. It's just mostly that, like I was talking about, it's very weird, his link set, because of the changes. It can be very hard to play around with sometimes. We'll just go ahead and do this. I'm going to throw him off just to show that situation I was talking about earlier. He does have 250k defense, but remember, when he does super attack, he's raising it for the 4 turns, so it's going to get a lot higher. And then he also has the 50% dodge chance, I believe, when... Oh, yeah, that kind of sucks, because I did want to get the stack in beforehand, but it is what it is. Wait. Okay, is he going to kill? Don't super. Okay, thank you. So 9 million. Pretty good. Yeah, so remember, he gets the stuff like we were talking about. He raises his attack for 1 turn, but he greatly raises his defense for 4 turns. And then, yeah, it was a 50% chance to dodge at the start, and then he would get an additional 20% if he dodged 1 attack. Well, this is horrible. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah. I just want, like I said, I just want to keep God Goku around so that way we could see the linking with him. Really? You're going to let me super? That's crazy. I thought for sure he's going to super and then seal us. Which, again, because we are taking it slower, I'm perfectly fine with. Yeah, because we're just doing a lot of damage now. Oh, okay. This is... We're not taking any damage from this. Be serious. He does have a lot of 200% too. So he has 200% with the AGL... Wait, hold on. No, that was high. Okay. I forgot that it messes up like that sometimes. He has the 200% leader for Tech Zamasu, or Tech Fusion Zamasu, because he is a Fused Fighters and a Final Trump card. He has a 200% for Ziduo, a 200% for Tech Vegeta, who we could obviously see because we're running that team. 200% for Int Majin Vegeta, Topo, STR Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist, Tech Super Trunks, and Int Ssj Trio. So he has a lot of 200% for sure, and a lot of ones that are very, very good. I'm kind of regretting giving this Gohan key. Okay. Yeah, Gotenks is next turn. That's good. You're kidding. We could die here. Even though we're strapped on time, I am no baby. Actually, am I a baby? No. I have to be a baby. The reason why I'm doing this is specifically because I want to keep my health above, and I don't want to lose my HP. Well, I'm not doubtful that Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta would be fine here. I am very doubtful that this King Vegeta would be fine without the AGL orbs. We just got a little bit unlucky with that one. Don't kill. Don't super. Okay, thank you. Whew. Alright, let's do it. 380k defense. Again, he's going to have such high dodge chance that I think it'll be fun. Let me go ahead and turn up the volume a little bit before we do this.
The Grim Reaper of Justice, Super Gotenks!
Something to remember as well is his defense might look very, very low here. And I'm 430k. His defense might look a little bit low here. And I'm not gonna deny and be like, oh yeah, his defense is perfectly fine, because this is very low from what we've seen for some of these units. But the thing you have to remember is, one, he is going to be doing additional super attacks and making it basically where he's getting 100% extra defense on super. He is also going to have the 70% chance to dodge everything and anything. And then once he dodges once, it'll skyrocket to 90% chance. And then he's also going to be doing a guaranteed crit this turn. So I think it's fun. How much links do you share? Yeah, see, this is the reason why I wanted to do this. Okay. And we're probably just going to kill this turn, and I'm not going to be surprised. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that there are so many buffs that we've obviously... we have... okay, that's good. 90%, 90%, 90%, thank you. you have to tell the unit, and you have to make sure they know. Because sometimes they don't listen. They don't know. And you have to let them know. This is a guaranteed additional super, by the way. So we just did a 27 million attack stat, basically altogether. Both of them being crits, and don't forget, both of them not even being his peak, because he he still had it where he needed to what is it? He still had it where his super attack effects were for 4 turns, so he needed to show up one more time for it to be higher. I have no doubt that his defense would have been like 500, 600k though. It would have been definitely enough to take the normals for sure. But there is also one more thing that I wanted to talk about. Let me go pull it up really, really quickly before we go ahead and move on. So if you are unaware of the stuff that is happening on the JP Dokkan, we can go ahead and just look at a couple of stuff really fast and basically show all of the major things that will be coming to this team that, you know, will make Gotenks look so much better, right? So first off, we have Topo and the Pride Troopers, who will make it where if there is all allies in the turn having Universe 11 or Special Pose, he will not only be getting guard for the entire turn, he'll launch an additional or when he launches an additional I'm fumbling on my words, excuse me. I'm not a person who plays JP Dokkan, so I just know that these are a thing, right? So let me try to restart that. He gets additional attack and defense when performing a super attack, and he guards all attacks when there is a Universe 11 category ally in the turn, which is obviously Topo. But he also performs a critical hit when all allies attacking in the turn are Universe 11 or Special Pose, while also boosting both of those categories by 3 key and 50% attack and defense, while giving them 11% chance of crit as well, which is obviously very, very good. He is an insane EZA for the Topo team. Topo himself, when he is not transformed, has it where he gives where is it? He needs the Special Pose or Defenders of Justice, which guess who is a Special Pose character, obviously. Then he also, I believe, has support somewhere right here. Special Pose or Defenders of Justice category get 1 key and 30% attack and defense, which is very, very good. I'm not sure if he keeps that though when he transforms. I believe not. Yeah. And then we have 2 more EZAs to look at really quick. So Captain, well, not EZAs, units to look at really quick. So Captain Ginyu is obviously very, very, very good, as we have seen on the JP version as well. And guess what? When the entire team, or almost the entire team, is Special Pose, he is giving all allies 25% attack and defense for the rest of battle, which is insane. He's giving Bulma support just by his intro. His entrance animation is giving every single ally 25% attack and defense. It's insane, right? Then he also has it where he is giving himself the 3k and 150% attack and defense, which is very, very, very good too. He's reducing the damage received by 7% up to 35, and then also getting 35% crit chance as well, basically, when you have more Special Pose categories. Then he also has it where he will give Special Pose category allies attack and defense for 2 turns, like again Bulma, when you have an Int or Rainbow Key Sphere obtained, plus an additional 50% attack and defense with each type Key Sphere obtained, with not including Int though. Which is, again, it's really, really good because it's making the Special Pose team look so good as well. Then he also raises attack and defense for all allies by 30% for 1 turn. He's very, very, very good, obviously. I don't think there's anybody who like deny that. And then he also gets, again, an active skill of 25% attack and defense, and then all allies get 50% attack and defense without himself excluded. So 15% better, because remember, active skills are a separate stat increase for the rest of battle. And all you have to do is when all allies are Special Pose starting from the 5th turn. or obviously if there's Ginyu Force members, our allies or Ginyu Force members starting from the 3rd turn, but as of right now we don't have those buffs yet. And then with Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, everybody already knows how powerful and amazing these guys are. He raises allies defense by 50% for 2 turns, as long as they're obviously super class allies, but again, it's still an insane support. Over here, again, superheroes, justice, joined forces or defenders of justice will also get additional attack and defense support, and also key. Like, there's so much support on this team that when you look at Int Gotenks himself, sure, his defense might not be the best right now, especially considering that he was at like what, he wasn't taking the normals too well, but that was obviously his first turn. He's, like I said, gonna get additional super attack effects with each super, so he'll get the 50% attack and defense. So we basically saw an 100% increase because of the guaranteed additional super attack. So it's just like there's a lot of stuff not only looking good for this Gotenks right now, but a lot of stuff that's looking good for the Gotenks later on. But that's all I wanted to talk about, really. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video and did enjoy the little informational part at the end that I do my little rants on. But other than that, we'll go ahead and close out for today. Int Gotenks, obviously a very powerful EZA who is not only good right now, but it's going to get like 10 times better later on. But yeah, other than that, thank you all for watching. Thank you as always, Will, for being a member, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Peace.